First of all, I would say that I'm in the interesting position of being an attorney who has fought the Commonwealth of Virginia and invalidated part of one of its statutes, the open primary law. We went up to the Fourth Circuit 3 different times. In fact, we're still there on follow-on details, but we won that case and beat the current Attorney General's office in that case. And we won for the Republican Party of Virginia the right to decide who votes in its own primaries when incumbents choose to have primaries, as they are allowed to do under Virginia law. We expanded the realm of freedom under the Freedom of Association of the First Amendment here in Virginia. And I would suggest to you that someone who is going to be called upon to defend Virginia's laws might be someone who's been pretty good at assailing the ones that weren't constitutional. And I would tell you how I look at defending such laws. First of all, my personal desire to pass one law or another does not come into play. My opportunity to get a law passed or to defeat it is when it's going through the General Assembly, and the Attorney General brings the third most important legislative agenda to Capitol Hill, Richmond's Capitol Hill, every year behind the Governor and the Speaker of the House. That is a critical role that the Attorney General plays. But once that law is passed, the decision for me as Attorney General is pretty simple. Do I believe that this is constitutionally defensible? And I will tell you that I am prepared to roll over and lose a case and let a law go down that I do not believe is constitutionally defensible. I'm prepared to do that. And I'll make an independent decision about that in the office on a case-by-case basis. But if I believe that law is constitutionally defensible, whether I would have voted to pass it or not will not come into play in determining whether I fulfill my duty, as I see it for the Attorney General, to defend that statute with no intermediate moral filter, nothing of that sort. I don't get to interject my personal opinion or my policy desires once the law is passed, signed by the Governor, and so forth. Now, I will fight very hard during that process to pass or defeat legislation as appropriate. And I've been doing that for years, including frequently against other Republicans. We've had some bills that I've argued in my caucus, we shouldn't vote for this, it is not constitutional. And in fact, in at least one occasion, those bills were passed, such a bill was passed into law, and the Supreme Court of Virginia threw it out because it was unconstitutional. And I would suggest to you that that experience, my constitutional law experience, my civil litigation experience as named by Virginia Business Magazine as one of Virginia's top civil litigators last year, is relevant to overseeing the office of the Attorney General. And I would, frankly, this is one of the most interesting areas of the office. It's one of the reasons people like working in the Attorney General's office is because you get to chew on issues like this and questions like this. So I look forward to it and appreciate it.